the 2K Sports pregame show.
Come on, fans! Let's get up and get pumped!
It's the home of the Jazz here in Utah as 2K Sports brings you today's action. Live from Salt Lake City, Utah, and the Energy Solutions Arena. The NBA on 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us this Sunday afternoon. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. Bledsoe and Knight are the backcourt, and it's Chandler in at the 5. Here's Morris. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the Jays. And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed a big contract coming into the season, and now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role. And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
And Hayward gets it to go on the assist from Favors.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Knight against Hayward. Knight kicks to Bledsoe. Chandler with a screen for Bledsoe. It's stolen by Gobert. The feed to Burks. The Jazz working the ball around now. And Hayward gets it to go.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Hayward against Knight. Morris with a screen on Hayward. Knight into the lane. The shot is off. And Utah the other way now. Now what a second half of the season it was for the Jazz. After the All-Star break, they went on a rampage.
And the catalyst for that was the defense. I mean, very few opponents got to triple digits against the Jazz after the All-Star break.
Burks kicks to Favors. Here's Booker. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Booker's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, I don't think that was the shot they had in mind, but they'll take it.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's guarded closely. Morris. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And for the Jazz and their defense post-All-Star break, it helped them in their big second-half run. How about a 422 field goal percentage against after the break?
And, you know, you were talking about the field goal percentage against for the Jazz. It was the third best in the league after the All-Star break. That's field goal percentage defense. They allowed the fewest points in the NBA after the break as well.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now, here is Knight to halt the run. Goes back up, and Chandler lays it in.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Stolen by Bledsoe. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Tucker can't get it to go.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Burks with the steal. Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. And in an era where so many guys take the money and run, Gordon Hayward did the best he could to live up to his new contract. Clark last year, a 4-year max deal signed heading into last season.
Yeah, and the way max contracts work nowadays, even the upper mid-tier guys are getting them. A trend that will probably continue, at least in the near future. I don't like it, though. There are only a small number of guys that are really max contract players in the NBA.
And when you get back to Hayward, last year his points per game were way up. But really impressive, his shooting percentage. But really impressive, his shooting percentages were way up. That's a big step forward, I believe, in his development.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. 1:30 left to play in the first quarter. Price dishes to Lewis. That's in, coming off an assist from Price.
You know, on the topic of whether Hayward is a true max prospect, he did some things last year to at least argue that he is. He was stronger, a lot more aggressive going to the rim. His defense improved, too. He'll need another year of development like that to silence the doubters.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Jeff Hornacek.
Kevin, I talked to him about the shot blocking they're certain to face in this matchup. He's certainly cognizant of it, and he told me this. If we can play a little more up-tempo and score before their bigs can recover, that will help. Also, getting them on the move in the half court, whether with ball movement or screens, will also serve us well. Kevin, if they can execute, they'll have some success.
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like the one they're facing today has certainly got their attention.
You know, you have to watch film on them for a few minutes to see how sturdy they are defensively.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no surprise they spent the bulk of their preparations getting their offensive game plan in place and ready to roll.
.35 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Weems.
And you know what, call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring.
Greg, bottom line is they're ahead on the scoreboard, and that's all that matters.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Suns trail by 10. Price with the ball. They set the pick. Feeds it to Warren. Off the pick. Here's Len, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
And Tyson Chandler, known for being a great teammate, a very vocal leader certainly. He talked about how
players do the policing. Coach sets a standard.
Don't you need a player like this, of Chandler's caliber and character, Greg, to make that kind of a teamwork? Have that feel in the locker room, that leadership role that everybody believes in and respects?
No doubt about it, Kevin. And that weighty stature is built on experience and credentials, as you mentioned, like having that championship ring or being an all-star. But when you have it and use it that way, the coach doesn't have to worry about the locker room because Chandler has got that covered.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Jazz.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Alec Burks is out there with Hayward. And it's Booker in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second.
You know, there are those who wonder if Gordon Hayward can lead a team to the promised land. However, as just a sophomore, he led a non-powerhouse college to a championship game. So, in fact, they were just one basket away from winning it all.
Assist goes to Brandon Knight.
And here's Burks. Hayward passes to Booker. Stolen by Len. Knocked away. And the foul on Alec Burks. That's his first foul. Some changes for Phoenix. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Alex Len. P.J. Tucker comes in for Warren. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Price. Here's Burks. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there. How about that, breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league, had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Elijah Millsap's checked in for Utah. Dante Exum comes in for Alec Burks.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish. And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Talking about Derek Favors, his points per game average went up last season, as it has done in each of his 6 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player.
He is, definitely refined his moves down on the blocks, and he's also become much improved at passing out of the double team, averaging a career high in assists last season as well. The arrow is certainly pointing up for Mr. Favors.
Out to the right wing. Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Jazz shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And a season ago, only converting at about a 72% clip from the line.
And, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
And the Suns making a change here. Morris is checked in. Knight kicks to Chandler. Shot clock at 6. Here's Morris and Hayward with the block. They recover it. Knight. No luck. Good work defensively by Millsap. Jazz leading by 7. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Sonny Weems checks in for Brandon Knight. Hayward dishes to Gobert. Outside for Millsap. Favors inside. He's against Morris. Chandler with the steal. Here's Weems. Millsap covering. Makes it off the glass.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target. And guys, with the Suns last year, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
Tucker the pass to Bledsoe. Chandler with a screen for Bledsoe. It's a big high bounce and goes in.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Morris a screen. Bledsoe outside. It's stolen by Gobert. Exum kicks to Gobert. Morris with the block. And he recovers it. Timeout called. The Suns. Miles checked in for Gobert. And for the Suns, Alex Lenz checked in for Chandler. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Ronnie Price has subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Morris against Favors. Morris into the lane. From down in the low post, it goes. Morris has got his second basket of the game. Jazz leading by 5. Exum dishes to Hayward. Misses the 3.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier. Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim. How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And that one's good. 6 points for Markieff Morris.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
And that's really just smart basketball. You send a poor foul shooter to the line.
Yeah, and he was on his way to sending that one down, so the play is definitely to foul right there, which he did.
That one is no good.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
First free throw is good. And the Jazz making a change here. Both free throws good from Warren. Hayward outside. Here's Lyles. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible. And the first half cut.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Gordon Hayward has been all over the floor tonight. He had 14 points, 3 assists. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See ya.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Looking at the game for Hayward, he has 14 points and 2 rejections. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. And it's Chandler in at the 5 spot. Cotton, the pass to Gobert. Phoenix grabs the miss. And the thing about Eric Bledsoe, he's an absolutely terrific athlete. Insane athletic ability, his speed with the ball, especially Greg in the open court. Remarkable.
Yeah, and when he gets a full head of steam, look out. He goes beast mode, if you will, on the basketball floor. He really, truly is like a running back in the open field.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Talking about Bledsoe, one area where he has to improve his turnovers. He averaged over 3.5 turnovers a game. You can't be a championship point guard if you're not squeezing the arm. That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And thinking a little bit more about Eric Bledsoe, yes, he could be more efficient, but his combination of points, assists, and rebounds per game is outstanding. If he focuses in and listens to his coaches, we could be talking about him in the upper echelon of point guard.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Favors comes in for Lyles, and Elijah Millsap subbed in for Burks. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Morris a screen. It's Knight with the drive. No good. Hayward with some nice D.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's guarded closely. And Tucker has it in the corner. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Cotton kicks to Hayward. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Well, the Phoenix Suns came up short in their playoff hopes again last year. They went 17-24, Clark, on the road, and that didn't help them out.
Not at all, and you factor in a 6-game road losing streak to end the year. That pretty much closed the door on postseason for them.
Mirza Teletovic is checked in for Phoenix. Suns trail by 6. Outside Knight. He kicks to Bledsoe. It's stolen by Gobert. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Hayward leading the charge. Here's Tucker. Gobert with the defensive effort. Utah's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Millsap dishes to Gobert. That's good. Gobert's got 8 points.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And the Jazz Making a change here. Exum's checked in, and then for Phoenix, Alex Len's checked in for Markieff Morris. T.J. Warren comes in for P.J. Tucker, and Sonny Weems subbed in for Eric Bledsoe.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
Dishes it to Exum. Out to Favors. Nice ball movement by Utah. Hayward goes in. Exum with a wide open look. The basket good off the assist.